Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by for yet another video. I do appreciate that, and as always, I appreciate you. So, I'm over here at SputnikNews.com. I come across a pretty interesting article, and I actually seen this article on other sites as well. I just chose to pick this one. It says radioactive waste found 60 miles away from Fukushima meltdown site. It says, according to new research published this week, radioactive material left over from the 2011 Fukushima nuclear disaster in Japan has traveled 60 miles away from the meltdown site. The disaster occurred after a devastating earthquake and tsunami disabled the emergency generators that cooled the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station's spent nuclear fuel rods. The research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences shows that a radioactive isotope of cesium-137, which is generated through nuclear fission and can be lethal to humans in high concentrations, collected in the sands and groundwater along a 60-mile Pacific coastline near the plant. It goes on to say that during our study period, we found the highest cesium-137 levels outside of the nuclear site, not in the ocean, rivers, or potable groundwater, but in groundwater beneath sand beaches over tens of kilometers away from the nuclear site, the study abstract explains. It goes on to say that according to the lead researchers, Virginie Sanalia, of Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute, says that the concentrations of radiation found are not a primary concern. However, they do shed light on the leaking radiation and should be taken into account in the management of coastal areas where nuclear power plants are situated. So it's like, I mean, like, it is of concern. Like, I don't know. They tell us all these things, but no radiation is good, no matter how small a concentration, because long-term exposure to these things is what the danger is. Even if it's at low levels, it's, you know, if you, I don't know. I guess I just don't get it. Like, if and it's still leaking out. So this, you know, it could get worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it does go on to say, however, that to reach their conclusions, the researchers obtained samples from 2013 and 2016 from 8 different beaches that were all within 60 miles of the facility. They used a 7-foot long tubes to extract sand and groundwater samples, which they then analyzed for cesium levels. The cesium levels in brackish groundwater were 10 times higher than the levels in water near the plant's harbor. So it says the researchers predict that the radioactive material was carried along the coast by ocean currents. Over time, cesium stuck to the sand and gradually filtered to the brackish groundwater found in the cracks and spaces in sand, soil, and rock. It says that they estimate that the radioactive material is now currently being released by the groundwater into the coastal ocean at a rate that is similar to the leakage rate of cesium into the ocean from the plant site. So it finishes up by saying, with half of the world's nuclear reactors situated along the coastline, the tracking of radioactive material so far from the meltdown source can help improve nuclear power plant monitoring and accidents, according to the study's research. But you know, I don't know. I am not a big fan of nuclear power, you know, obviously for these types of reasons. And I guess they're even pushing to open up, TEPCO is like pushing to open up like one of the largest nuclear power plants. They want to reopen it, I should say. So I guess they're trying to do that now. You know, it's like they don't learn from this. You know, Japan is just an area that gets a lot of earthquakes, and yes, not all of them create tsunamis or whatnot, but this is what happens when it does. So they haven't learned from it. This thing, it's still, you know, they don't talk about it, but Fukushima is still going on. It's going to be going on for years. So I don't know, but I just wanted to share this with you. I thought it was an interesting article. You know, now the radioactive waste is being found at least 60 miles away, and I believe that it's traveled much further than that after all these years. So again, thanks for supporting the channel and watching these videos. Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. I hope you have a blessed day. Peace.